Hey, this is the Antisocial Socialite back at it again. Shout out to all of you wonderful new subscribers and returning friends. Welcome. If you are new to the channel, you have not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for, darling? Hit that subscribe button, smash that notification bell, so when I get to running this mouth, baby, you are in the loop. You see the title, you know what time it is. First, I want to say shout out to all of my wonderful new followers on Instagram, Twitter, wherever you are, all of the new subscribers, everyone who's hit the subscribe button over here on YouTube. I really appreciate you. So without further ado, you see what this video is all about. We're talking about more lax parenting within the black community. This time again, it's World Star, the gift that keeps on giving. A woman is too busy on an Instagram live drinking and being reckless with whoever, maybe friends or family, that she doesn't realize a toddler has wandered over to the couch and picked up a firearm that she has left on the couch. Let's take a Okay, so at this point, we've seen this time and time again. And I know what everyone's going to say. This is not just a black problem. This is not just something black moms do. Well, I'm black. My mom is black. Joking. Shout out to Obsidian. But this is something that really bothers me in the black community. That's why I'm personally addressing it. Okay, we have seen this before with women twerking on Instagram, twerking on Facebook Live, recording themselves, doing different things. We had the incident with the mother dancing half naked, literally removing her trousers in a bathroom where you have 4 young boys. They were pre-teens. Dancing, twerking with her, spanking her on the behind. Not only was it sexually inappropriate, it is a form of physical and also emotional incest. It was a huge risk hazard because there were children actually dancing on the edge of the bath. That could have resulted in one of them or 2 of them slipping and actually hitting their heads or something. This woman is intoxicated. You can see she's holding a bottle of alcohol. What really struck me about this situation, number 1, obviously it's the level of carelessness. Number 2, why have you got a gun on the couch in the first place? It was the nonchalant way she turned around when somebody realized the infant has actually picked up the gun and could have fired it by accident. How many times have we heard stories of children going into the gun cabinet? You know, they see cartoons, they watch certain things on TV that is supposed to be funny, of characters shooting each other. They end up accidentally shooting themselves, shooting a sibling. This was a situation that could have easily gone wrong. Even if the child didn't fire the gun, there's potential, had the child dropped the gun, that somebody could have been seriously injured. When the mother realized that the child, and it's probably because she's under the influence of alcohol, has picked up the weapon, she doesn't even seem remorseful or concerned. She literally just looks at the child like, meh, you know, things happen, you know, nothing's really gonna happen. Maybe the gun is empty, or maybe, you know, the safety is on or whatever, but that's still not the point. It's obviously reckless to leave a weapon lying around. Now, I know people are gonna say, why are you bashing single mothers? So let me just get the disclaimer out of the way. We know this woman isn't necessarily a single mother, and we know it takes 2 to make a baby. We know it takes 2 to make a baby, but we got to keep it 100% over here. Mothers are the first teachers. Whatever a child is born into, whoever that child's father is, and the environment in which they are raised is determined by the woman. Why? Because women have most of the reproductive control. They can decide in the West which men they choose to have intimacy with. They choose after conception if they want to carry the pregnancy to term. And obviously the environment that they shape for the children they give birth to is determined by her. 70% of children in the black community are born out of wedlock, and at least half of those are being raised by women. So we have to understand that as women, we are the ones that determine the trajectory or the course of the community by our sexual decisions. The men we choose to entertain, the men we choose to make into fathers, and obviously the way we raise our children. And so when I have these conversations with women online, there's a heated debate or a discussion that's arisen again over a video that I posted about a year ago, where a group of black girls burst into the home of a woman. She's with 2 children, and a fight breaks out. And people are saying, well, why would you call this a reflection of black women being masculine? Not all of us are masculine. I understand that. But the reality of the situation is this. When people outside the black community look at videos like this, they make a sweeping generalization about all of us. This is natural. Human beings generalize. We stereotype. It's part of survival. Because at the end of the day, you do not always have the time to make a decision based on what the person is actually displaying individually. You don't have the time to assess or evaluate who this person truly is. So people make snap judgments based on their preconceived ideas and notions. That may be unfair. Stereotyping may not be pleasant. Prejudice is not nice. But at the end of the day, that is human nature. People will base what they're experiencing now on what they've seen in the past. So even if the majority of black women and black mothers are good, wholesome, caring, they're responsible, those are not the women pushed to the forefront. The women who are reckless, who are ratchet, who are loud, who are causing a disturbance, that is the face of the black female. I was having a discussion with somebody and I was trying to explain to them, even black women going into hospital are less likely to be offered things like pain relief. Their complaints or concerns are less likely to be taken seriously, which not only harms the mother, also the baby being born. This is why black women have some of the highest rates of, deaths surrounding pregnancy, because people take this strong, independent black woman trope so far that they really believe black women don't feel pain. This is why when black women are victimized, a lot of the time people don't take it as seriously as other groups of women being victimized. Obviously, all women deserve to be protected if it's a situation that's a criminal situation. But at the end of the day, people are more likely to act when they see women of other races being attacked or getting into certain situations, because they are perceived as more vulnerable, because the imagery and the perception of those groups of women is not as negative or strong and independent as it is for the black women. And unfortunately, it's black women who reinforce that stereotype more than anybody else. I was reading an article to do with Juneteenth, and it was an actress, and even she was saying the strong independent trope, it's beneficial in some respects because you want to be courageous, you want to be hardworking and go for your goals in your career, but it's also detrimental because people often think you can take more than you should have to take as a woman. Taraji P. Henson said, this strong independent trope is hurting black women. Now, I didn't really respect what Taraji P. Henson had to say because she's built an entire career portraying strong independent women, hood women, the moles of gangsters and things like this. So I didn't really take what she had to say seriously because of her per se, but she was making a valid point in that women need to stop encouraging this mantra of black women being strong, because when you tell women they are strong, what you are telling people is they can take a lot of rubbish. No matter how much you throw at them, they'll be able to carry it on their back, which is an invitation to more stress and more problems. Okay, now why do I say this lady's probably a single mother or the baby mama of an irresponsible male? Because a responsible man is not going to want to have children with a woman who's going to be drinking on Instagram Live, leaving weapons lying around. These are the kind of things that often happen in single mother homes because the women do not see children as vulnerable. They often don't see children in need of protection, and as a result, they do things that are not conducive to a child being healthy. But I've got a couple of other examples. Let's take a look.
Get it! Get it! Get it! Get it! Yeah, Kyle. Do that to your mama. Yeah. Kitty, mama raised our dick. Who a bitch? Who your bitch? Huh? He said, mommy.
Black women, this is us. This is how we're represented. This is who we are.
Okay, so there's a number of reasons why I played those clips. The obvious being just to show examples to highlight a point. But on a deeper level, one of the biggest things that we hear on social media is black men do not protect black women. That black men disrespect black women. They treat black women as sex objects. They are disrespectful and things like this. And the question has to be asked, how did these men allegedly become like this? A lot of the times they're being raised in environments where they're not raised to actually respect women. They see women twerking. They see their mothers entertaining different men. They see their mothers talking recklessly. Obviously, a lot of this thing with women going online is a clout chase. They're twerking for validation and male attention and things like this. Again, this is something that you're going to find in a household where women don't have husbands. And so this is problematic because these young boys are being groomed to actually sexualize and disrespect women. These women are often more likely to abuse a child, male abuse in terms of physical or even sexual, which is what we see here. You may not think it's sexual abuse, but it is actually more common than people like to admit. Instead of these mothers sitting their sons down to learn to read, as you can see, black boys have some of the lowest reading levels in the States and probably here in the UK as well. They're teaching their children the lyrics of songs and recording them dancing, brandishing weapons. And this is training these young people, or in this particular, these young boys, to go out into the streets. If you don't have skills, if you don't have the ability to hold down a job and feel motivated by your education, then you're going to end up going into gangs. Obviously, we have a huge problem with young black males entering into the prison industrial complex. So these kind of situations, unstable environments, parents who are taking various types of drugs or abusing alcohol, they're emotionally or physically negligent, or in some respects abusive, contributes to why there is a shortage of eligible black men allegedly in the black community. Let's continue.
Do you think kids who cuss should get in trouble or get whippings?
Hell no! I cuss all day motherfucker long. And if my mama don't hear me, I'm okay. And if my mama do hear me, fuck her ass. I'll cuss her ass out. And she'll be my ass.
She'll beat your ass.
Okay, so that was one of the more extreme cases of adultification of kids, and I think that she was probably there with her siblings. That's why they found it so hilarious. But these are examples, more subtle, of adultification of children. I don't know why black people think doing everything naked makes it more significant and meaningful, but for some reason you'll go on social media and you'll find a lot of posts and images of black women doing all kinds of things naked with their children.
Who they want? Flip, 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 flip. Now who they want? Flip, flip, and flip, and flip, and flip, and flip, and flip. Now get it, take it. No, 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 no. Hell, no, hell. Man, what's wrong with you?
The beat was like, it was just.
Yes, you do.
They done twerking.
I'm telling myself, Chef.
Man, you got me sweating over here. Man, what's wrong with you, man? You tripping. I'm real life sweating.
I thought I was on a pole. I was delicious.
Man, you tripping. Yeah, good. AMG 63. I tell all my hoes, break it up, break it down, bag it up, fuck it up, fuck it up, fuck it up, bag 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 it up. I tell all my hoes, break it up, break it down, bag it up, fuck 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 it up, break it up, break it up, break it up. I make love to a stripper. First I had to check it. 20,000 won. She said, I'm that nigga. I said, I'm that nigga. Bitch, I already knew it. I come with bad weather. They say I'm a storm. They be answers in my chum. That's a Rockefeller chain. I was sending bricks. I saw them. They was still with Dave. I'm a colleague champ. I got to take off. Got a gripper with me. She picked up the check on. She gon' put it up, pull it up. Chimney, make it. She gon' wake up, rain up.
So in addition to protecting children from themes that are too adult for them, we also have to think about exposing children to potential predators or training them that craving the attention of strangers online is something that they should be looking for. This constant culture of parading yourself as a parent on social media obviously sets a bad example to the young and the impressionable. Shout out to Claire for sending me this on Instagram.
Let's go get some ice cream. Let's go get my ice cream.
Can I get some shine?
No, I get some
They can't see me though.
Okay.
So I'm pretty much going to conclude with this one. As you can see, this mother is on the stage at some festival, maybe a twerk competition, and she's pregnant. She hoiks up her dress to expose her behind. And after she's finished twerking and she stands up to spin around, what appears to be her son comes flying in from the right hand side and he begins to slap her. And I'm going to play the rest of the video, so please be prepared. Obviously it is disturbing, but it's more disturbing psychologically for a son or any child who feels like they can't trust or rely on their own parents. This is obviously a situation to a degree where there's role reversal. The parent should be the one the child is able to look up to, but instead they end up being in a more parental position and having to discipline their own parents. There's also the humiliation factor. Once upon a time, these things used to be done in secret. Yeah, they happened at home behind closed doors. Many people have stories, but actually these were things that people in the wider public didn't actually see. But now, because of social media, women are frequently posting videos of themselves humiliating their children. It impacts their self-esteem, it impacts their confidence, it makes them look a certain way in front of their peers. But I'm gonna leave you with this one. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Have you experienced any of these things? Have you had to challenge women on their behavior in front of their own children? Do you have a social media addiction? Have you come to realize some of the things maybe you do in front of your own kids are not appropriate? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Share this video with someone who needs to see it. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.